Okay, so I'm still recording. This is going to be episode 3. This is going to be the end of what I started talking about. So I think this is going to be short. So I had to edit out some of the words a little bit, or I will be editing it out when you see this, because my grammatical. Well, let's see, whatever. Most of the time, I just leave it in here because I was like, you know what? Because I'm like, you know what? They just keep the mistakes. So let's see how many necessary mistakes I'll keep in here. But basically, I'd like to end our discussion here. But let's go back to the second question here. You are represented. So this is all again based on talking about letting things unfold naturally. Uh, the universe is controlled. Okay? It's controlled. That's Representative Resent. Okay, you will be attacked, and when you're attacked as an angel, you could choose just ignore it or do your job of showing love to that dark person or dark being or group. You're actually showing them love because the pain that they will feel later is so excruciating. If they continue, they'll turn to work. You haven't seen hell yet. The third dimension is heaven. So question 2, again, letting things unfold naturally. What does that mean? Okay, so you are a representative of your town, village, neighborhood, watch, Congress, the U.S. Supreme Court, the United Nations, etc. Basically, you represent the people, population, races, including extraterrestrials. Now there is a war near you. What do you do? A, nothing because it's not your war. Okay, I read that. Let me read what's on the screen. Nothing because it's not my war. B, help those beings. Okay, help those being attacked because we are all connected spiritually. C, nothing because I'm not spiritually strong enough. I like C, nothing because I'm not spiritually strong enough. Listen, I think C is valid. I think C is valid. If you're not spiritually strong enough, then you better freaking protect yourself first. Okay, once you get strong enough. And let me just say this: darkness is not going to wait for you to get strong before they're attacking you. They're attacking the collective reason. They've been attacking you since you were a baby. So this whole notion of like, if I just leave them alone, if I leave darkness alone, then I won't be bothered. No, you would be bothered regardless. So logically, these next several videos that you see on the Grand Reaper series are going to be so brutally honest and hard hitting that you've never seen. They took down my first channel. Hey, welcome back. They killed my brother. Well, I'm back. The bonus rounds are in full effect. So, if C is valid, then protect yourself first. A, nothing because it's not my war. That makes no sense. First, that came from me. First, that came from my neighbor. I did nothing. Then, that came from me. There was nobody to help me. Okay. So you see your neighbor suffering, you do nothing. Over and over again, 5 times. What is this natural thing? I don't know. B, help those being attacked because, yeah, okay. B is valid. C is valid. D, nothing because I'm a fallen angel and don't have enough strength to help. That's nonsense. Okay. D, to me, is just nonsense. And I created these 2 questions. Fallen angels, do you know that fallen angels can protect themselves by doing things to make their light bright? That's self-protection. So if you stop lying, you stop deceiving yourself, you stop being a narcissist, if you stop eating meat, that is helping us with this galactic universe. So this is beyond galactic, this galaxy. This is a universal, an entire matrix war. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at war, whether you want to accept it or not. We are at war, and your only the most powerful medicine is love, and love is not weak. Dish out the karma, dish it out. You have the power to dish it out. It works for you. You have the psychic abilities. Dish it out. Dish it out for people hurting your friends and those you love. And be careful. The people who are coming after you are usually your own family. Your family is the vast majority of the time karmic. Your mother, your father, you just been fooled. Okay. Now, I think there's something else that I wanted to. Okay, these questions are done. All right, let's just reiterate here before we end part. It's gonna be okay. So the episodes are going to be obviously longer than I thought. I wanted to do a protective ritual. You don't have to wait for me. Um, you don't have to wait for me. You can look things up on YouTube, but I will be doing sample return to sender rituals and to help with the, I guess you would say um, the cleansing aspect. My favor is going to be the animal. We're going to do 2 or 3 videos on animal protection. Karma. Okay, so let's switch up the presentation screens. Let's see, where am I? Start presenting. All right, so the next screen is what I started out with, I believe, the Grand Reapers. The Grand Reapers are the collective. That's why darkness will not stop. So after a certain point, there's no point of return for darkness. It's just, it doesn't have hope. I have personal evidence of this. It has to be yanked through the frequencies. That's why love's not weak. People have bastardized love to be only a certain way. They've given it names like tough love. Love is love, man. Love is always enough that you know it's true. Because without love, how do you get out of the extreme pain and find peace? Only love crosses all barriers of all the things that exist. This came from my own source. Of all the things that exist, only one thing crosses all barriers, love. That means of all the things that exist, there's only one ultimate power, love. So let's I'll reiterate again what I started talking about in what I said. We are at war, ladies and gentlemen. I'm reading. The collective, as the collective, I'm going to break down as the collective, you must not be in a fog about this. This is serious. This is bigger than you. This is the entirety of what exists. As a collective, you must not be in a fog about this. This is serious. Negative extraterrestrials and humans. I've read that already, right? So they are working to eradicate, to unroot. You understand? Like a tree. Unroot you. To siphon your energy. Because you're once like a source player or an angel is corrupted, then that's how they siphon your energy. But you know, how did they get to you? Well, they get to you through blood. Did I write? I didn't. Okay, so they get to you. So darkness, whether it's in the human form or non-human form, it gets to you through 3 major ways: blood, your bloodline, people like putting people in bloodlines. My mother, for example, was she was the most diabolical being, one of the most diabolical beings I've ever seen in my entire existence. My twin flame really overdid it with the manipulation, but my mother is still mind-boggling. So she should not be in my bloodline. I had to remove her from my bloodline by doing my rituals, the core cutting rituals. I had to listen. Love is not weak or stupid. You got to do whatever you need to do to distance yourself, either physically, spiritually, from people who are trying to harm you. That is the power of love. Love is on your side. Love is on your side. Do you understand how powerful love is? Because if you can't embrace, you can't bow down to love, you can't embrace the totality of love, some people will always be able to attack you. So you gotta watch your bloodline. Okay, you're born, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Okay, uh, it doesn't hurt to do a cord cutting between you and your mother. It won't hurt you to do a cord cutting between you and your spouse. It depends on your wording. Your wording. Okay, I met a source player who did a cord cutting between her and her husband, and I thought that was interesting. And then it quickly made sense as she explained it. That was the focus of her words. Like, she cut the toxic connection. So when she did the candles, her husband and her, her words are very specific. I cut the toxic connection between my husband and I. So this doesn't sever the positive connection. So do you understand? So when she cut this cord, she felt, no, she said he felt a huge release of entity, a huge release of negativity. So basically a dark entity came out, and he feeling better. And this guy has major sleeping issues, far worse than I do. So uh, a master musician, a master musician, a master magician knows how to use it's the intention, how to use words to achieve certain things. If you focus on darkness, it won't work if that person to whom you're trying to do darkness against, you got to be very careful. You cannot be doing black magic. If the person to whom you're doing black magic wakes up, and especially if the person is a source player in danger, you're fucked. And your only way to get out of it is to stop, improve yourself, put in the work, because you'll be binded to it. All right, so I talked about the three ways darkness, the entities known, groups of extraterrestrials are destroying source players, angels, aka starseeds. So blood, your family, your immediate family, and usually it's your immediate family, right? Because you got to think big. You got to think big. I'll go into details about the ancestors later. So you have blood, you have trauma. So once trauma is created, there's that negative trauma bond. So you could do cord cutting with that as well. So it's not just entities in your body; it's the energy, dark energy in your body that was created through trauma, which must be released. The fastest way to release it is to do the cord cutting and do. I mean, there are techniques, right? I speak about these things in the podcast. I've shared so many videos. I made quite close to 800 videos before my channels was shut down. So here we are fully okay. All right. So you have blood, you have trauma, and what's the third one? And sex. So sex. So sleeping, whoever you sleep with is quite huge. If you are not careful, you can be brought back for millions and billions of years for sleeping people with sexually transmitted demons. So that is the end of episode 3, which is again part of the self healing. So I'll stop there. So I guess these episodes are gonna be longer than I thought. Let's do them little by little, step by step. And I gotta go here. Good luck on your journey back to source consciousness, source speed.